Ever wondered why the US dollar holds such a powerful grip on global trade? The origins of this supremacy can be traced back to 1944, during the height of the Second World War, and then further reinforced in 1974 through the petrodollar agreement. At a conference in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, world leaders agreed to peg their currencies to the dollar, effectively making it the global reserve currency. This crucial event solidified the dollar's dominant position in international trade, offering the United States distinct advantages. Then, in 1974, a momentous agreement between King Faisal of Saudi Arabia and the United States paved the way for the initiation of the petrodollar system. This arrangement ensured that all oil exports from Saudi Arabia would be traded exclusively in US dollars, further strengthening the currency's international reach. Imagine the luxury of lower transaction costs when trading globally or borrowing money at far lower interest rates than the rest of the world. These are just some of the perks of having your currency as the world's yardstick. But as we'll see, this position of power isn't without its complications or challenges, especially for developing countries. Now, let's delve into the phenomenon known as dollarization. Dollarization is the process through which a country abandons its own currency and adopts the United States dollar as its official medium of exchange. This fascinating economic strategy has been adopted by a range of countries, from Zimbabwe to Ecuador, and for a variety of reasons. Another interesting example of dollarization is the petrodollar agreement between King Faisal of Saudi Arabia and the United States. In the mid-1970s, as part of this agreement, Saudi Arabia agreed to price all its future oil sales in US dollars, essentially tying the fate of its oil-based economy to that of the US dollar. This historic agreement gave birth to the petrodollar system that plays a crucial role in the global financial landscape today. Now let's take a closer look at some other instances of dollarization. In Zimbabwe, for instance, hyperinflation led to the abandonment of the Zimbabwean dollar in favor of the US dollar in 2009. Meanwhile, in Ecuador, the adoption of the US dollar in 2000 was a response to a severe financial crisis. The reasons behind dollarization are multifaceted, but they often boil down to a quest for economic stability and a desire to attract foreign investment. When a country dollarizes, it in essence ties its economic fate to that of the United States. There are immediate benefits and long-term advantages, but also potential drawbacks and challenges. As we delve deeper into the subject, we'll explore how these play out in different contexts and how countries are navigating the complex world of dollarization. The impact of dollarization on developing countries is a complex issue. To truly grasp this, we must first understand the downsides of this phenomenon. One of the most significant challenges is the loss of control over monetary policy. This means the ability to set interest rates and control inflation is essentially outsourced to the United States Federal Reserve, which may not have the same economic priorities as a developing nation. The second challenge lies in the vulnerability to US economic changes. Any shift in the American economy, such as a recession or boom, can send ripples across the globe, affecting dollarized economies disproportionately. Here, developing countries are like small boats in a vast ocean, tossed about by waves originating from a distant shore. Moreover, dollarization limits the ability of these countries to respond to economic shocks. In times of crisis, having control of your own currency can offer a lifeline, providing much-needed flexibility. But in a dollarized economy, this safety net is lost. These factors can lead to economic instability and hinder growth. A country's prosperity should not be dictated by the economic policies of a foreign nation. Yet this is the reality for many developing countries, where the dominance of the dollar restricts their potential and undermines their sovereignty. The dominance of the dollar is thus a double-edged sword for developing countries. The benefits of stability and international trust come with a hefty price tag, the loss of economic autonomy and increased vulnerability to external shocks. Despite these challenges, many developing countries are not sitting idle. They're boldly exploring alternatives to challenge the dollar's dominance. From the creation of regional currencies Designed to facilitate trade and foster economic integration to the rise of digital currencies, these nations are pushing the boundaries of financial innovation. This shift isn't just about money, it's about autonomy, resilience, and the pursuit of economic sovereignty. The quest for economic sovereignty continues to drive nations to challenge the greenback's reign.